Good afternoon and welcome to Fashion Flair Friday. It is what? It is June already, June 9th. And so it is almost summer. And I like to think of June being the start of summer. And I hope that you're all kind of thinking forward into this month of June and July and beyond. And hopefully, you've got some great things planned, either vacation or maybe taking classes or maybe just relaxing, sitting in the pool, having a nice libation, whatever the case may be. So, I am going to be talking about a topic today that one of our members asked me to talk about. And she said, Marion, I would love for you to talk about white versus ivory and what people should wear and how to know what they should wear. And I went, this is a perfect time because the stores are obviously filled with white. White is kind of thought of during the summer, isn't it? Hot weather, because white is so much cooler looking and cooler feeling than, let's say, black, which might be the other neutral that you absolutely love. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today, and I'm glad you're joining me. Make sure as you're joining that you say hi and let me know that you are here. So I wanted to just give a little background. I think I've used this book before, Color Nation. Linda Thomas, who's a colleague and friend of mine, well, actually she's now passed away, but she wrote this book, and I just love some of the things that she writes about when she talks about color. And she just said that, she wanted to remind us that a man's white business shirt or a woman's white blouse is very important in business. For sure, it is. And that these white pieces exude the image of being immaculate, neat, uncompromising, clean, and spotless. And of course, we know that white is one of those colors that's a little bit difficult, isn't it, to care for, because all it takes is, the drop of a piece of food when you're eating your lunch, or maybe spilling a sip of coffee, or whatever the case may be, and we see immediately, don't we? But I love the fact that it exudes the image of being immaculate, neat, uncompromising, clean, and spotless. And she goes on to say that men wearing totally white suit ensembles are usually entertainers or living in a tropical region closer to the equator and hot climates. And women in business look very elegant in head to toe white pantsuits or a dress or a skirted ensemble. And white can make our faces and our skin look pale. So usually we have got to wear more makeup or brighter makeup when we wear white. And we want to sort of add a color to it so that we don't look too washed out. And you'll notice the jacket that I have on today is both a cream, but it's got a taupe mixed in, so it's just not solid white. So it gives it a little more interest. It's also important to know that when you're wearing this color, you can't be ignored easily because it's luminous and it's very attention getting. So, how many of you love to wear white? And by the way, say hi. I see you're here. So come on and say, well, that's interesting because it says that I should be seeing 2 comments, but I'm not seeing the comments. So let me just click a button here and see if that does anything. Oh, there we go. Hey, Sylvie, hi, nice to see you. Diane, I was thinking about you. Yes, you're welcome for the info. And Barbara, well, good, you finally made it live. I'm glad you're here. And I know you're getting ready to head off to Europe very soon. So have a wonderful time. The question is, are you taking any white on your trip? So, as I said, this is the time of the year where we see white in all the stores. We see linen, we see cotton, we may see, very casual ensembles. We might see something like what I'm wearing, which is a little more professional and tailored. But the idea is that should you, or the question is, should you be wearing white or should you be wearing ivory or cream? And that's really the important thing because I can tell you that not all of us can wear white very well. Surprise. All right. So I think that number one, knowing I'm a color analyst as well as an image consultant, and I think it's really important that women understand what colors they can wear because color is a real crucial part of your style. And it's very important to know what colors work in your wardrobe or on your body and around your face because it's an easy when you know that then you can assemble a wardrobe and you can put things into the closet that really make you come alive and look great on you rather than going into the closet, putting something on, whether it's white or whether it's cream, and saying, something's wrong with this, but I'm just not sure what it is. So, I'm all about helping you develop a style that you can call your own. As you know, this group is called Empowered Style for Successful Women Entrepreneurs at 50 and Better. And so every week, what I try to do is to come and give you a little tip. And I want to thank Marcia again for being the one that said, I'd really like you to talk about that. She's given me a couple of other ideas too. So I think what I'm just saying to all of you is when you think of something that you want me to talk about, go ahead and just let me know. That's what I'm here for. All right. So when you're thinking about whites, I want you to really look at this inherent coloring that you have or that maybe you fussed with a little bit in terms of your hair because we can change our hair color and we can change the color temperature of our hair very easily, or as we age we start getting these little natural highlights, I like to call them. And when we see changes in our hair color, then it really does affect what we can wear, including our whites, as well as we look at the whites of our eyes as we age, as we look at our teeth as we age. That's going to affect, can you wear white, or are you going to be better off in cream or in ivory or possibly even an oyster color, which has got a little bit of gray in it. So really looking at this part of you, which is what you carry around with you every day, and you put colors up near your face, what really is going to work with all of this. So just a little quick tutorial, look at your hair color, look at your skin tone, look at your eye color. I want you to look, when we're talking about whites, I want you to look at your teeth and I want you to look at the whites of your eyes. And when you really look at that carefully, you're going to be able to see, and I'm going to show you some examples here on me, you're going to be able to see what works and what does not work. So you might say, well, okay, Marion wants me to look at my coloring, and what do I look at about my coloring? Well, one thing you want to look at is what I call the color temperature that we see on you. So that means, are you more warm in your coloring, or are you more cool in your coloring, or might you be a combination? All right, and so I just wanted to say that in my Empowered Style program, my 3-month training program, we go into color quite a bit, and I'm going to be starting that program again on August 17th. So it is a very comprehensive style program, and one big component is about color. So I don't want to confuse you too much today, but I'm going to just give you some simple tips that when we see yellow in our skin or yellow in our eyes or even some yellow in our hair, we're going to kind of move towards more the warmth, the warmer colors. So that would be, rather than a really cool, snowy optic white, we're going to move to something more creamy and maybe more ivory. And then when we have coloring that is definitely more blue based, a lot of pink in our skin, very blue eyes, white hair, silver hair, very jet black hair, those are going to be the people that are going to be able to wear the white whites. So, what are you when you look in the mirror? Got any ideas? Are you more warm or are you more cool? So if you look at me here on camera, you'll see that my skin is pretty warm and my eyes are very warm. They've got a lot of gold in them, and my hair is kind of back here. It's kind of neutral. It's not real warm. It's not real cool. But you're also seeing that around my face, I'm starting to cool down my hair. So you're starting to see silver. So you're probably saying, okay, well, Marion, you've got a combination of warm and you've got a combination of cool. So what do you wear? Well, what it says is that I can kind of be right in the middle. I can't push too cool and I can't push too warm. And that's what you want to know about yourself. So when you look in the mirror, what do you see? And then what I want you to do is actually go to your closet and pull out some of the white things in your closet, put them under your chin, and really look at what happens when you put this white or this cream under your chin and look at how it relates to everything that you see in this area. So what I did today was I wore a cream colored jacket, and I'm also going to go ahead and smile here, and I want you to look at my teeth because this is another really important thing as we age. So, you can see that my teeth are slightly warmer, slightly more yellow than what I have on, but it's not jarring. Let's put it that way. So I can get away with this particular color. Now, this color is not white. It is definitely more ivory, and because of my warm skin and because of my teeth, then staying kind of pushing a little bit more to the warmer whites is going to be better for me rather than pulling to the real white. And if I lean back here, you can see that what I have underneath is definitely whiter than what my jacket is reading. And if I just wore this and then I smiled, you will see that this white turns my teeth even more yellow. So that's the important thing to really realize. Once we hit that 50 and over, unless you've got veneers, white veneers on your teeth, or unless you're totally bleaching out those teeth all the time, don't forget about that, because none of us want our teeth, right, to look yellow. So we have to be careful about what we put up near our teeth or up near our face. All right, so I'm going to show you just a few things here and you tell me what you think. All right, so let's start with, well, we started with this, and you can see that this works with my teeth. It works with my hair. It's not real cool. It's not real warm. It's kind of in the middle. So that's what I was saying, that because I have a combination, being in the middle for me is going to be the best place to be. All right, now here I'm going to hold up something that is slightly warmer than what I have on, this jacket that I have on, and yet you see when I smile, it works with my teeth beautifully, and it still works with my cool hair because this is in the middle. All right, this now is slightly warmer than what I just held up, but it's still, you see, is working just fine with the teeth, with the skin, with the hair. Even though the hair is cooler, this is still working with everything that we're seeing on camera right at the moment. So that works. Now we're getting slightly cooler. You can see if I compare this to the jacket, you can see it's getting slightly cooler. And can I wear this? Yeah, I think I can. And it works with my hair very nicely. And yeah, my teeth maybe look slightly warmer than this, but not bad because this is still in the middle. But then when I hold this up, you see, which is a pretty snow white, pretty optic white, you can see how, okay, there you go. You can see this is so white that it really is making my teeth look yellow. Works well with the hair, doesn't work so well with the skin because my skin is pretty warm, and this is very, very cool, and it doesn't work with my teeth. So that's what I want you to look at when you go into your closet and really decide, where should I be with my whites? How cool can I push them until they've got the outfit or the piece has gotten too cool for all my personal coloring? Or how warm do I need to push it in order to work back with my hair color? So let me see, do I have any comments? I do not have any comments. I must have some questions. What do you think you are? Do you think your white should be whiter? Should it be warmer? Should it be somewhere in the middle? Or are you not sure? And if you aren't sure, now I see that I'm supposed to have 8 comments, and for some reason I am not seeing them. So I see the 3 original, but I don't see the others. This is so frustrating when I can't see what you're saying. Dang it. Well, anyway, obviously I will look at them when the recording is finished. Let me see if I can do this at all. See if that helps. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. So, So Barbara, you said my eyes and hair are cool, but my skin and teeth are warm. So you're one of those like me. You've got to be real careful to stay kind of in the middle. So it's going to work with both the warmth of your skin and your teeth, but the coolness of your eyes and your hair. And this is the time of year where we are tempted to buy white, white, white because that's what they're showing in the stores. As it gets hotter, the colors, the whites get cooler. So you just really have to be careful. And Marcia, you said, and Marcia is the one that asked to talk about this topic. So great job, Marcia. You wore it to your 50th reunion and it was smashing. Was it warm or was it cool white? Where are you on the spectrum? And Diane said, I don't like to wear white, but I wore it yesterday under a blouse. So is there a particular reason you don't like to wear white? Is it because you're worried about soiling it, or is it because you're not quite sure about which white to wear? Hopefully today this has helped a little bit. And let's see here. If I keep pressing this button and see whether other topics come up. Okay, Barbara says, I don't wear a lot of white because of the aforementioned staining issues, but am going to the south of France and need something white for my capsule wardrobe. Yes, south of France, this time of year, you need white for sure. And you probably need white linen or a really lightweight cotton something. You could even do some great linen pants or shorts. Um, and here's the thing about white, ladies. Don't be afraid to buy it and soil it. Just know that you have to replace it more often. So, especially like if you like to wear white t-shirts, you're going to have to replace them probably every 2 years, maybe even every year, depending on your perspiration level. So, because we know if we perspire or we're wearing deodorant, then we get the underarm stains. And of course, that's very unattractive as well. So, we have to just come to the realization that white is going to have to be replaced because the minute it gets dingy or dirty or soiled, you know, that's not good. So, it's one of those things that when you find it on sale or you see a great deal somewhere or, it's being promoted buy one, get one 50% off, that's the time that you want to buy your whites. Unless they are, tailored blazers and so forth. That's a different story. But for all the underpinnings, your t-shirts, your tanks, replace them often, especially if you're going to be taking your jackets off and we're going to see what's underneath. All right, so let's see what else. Oh, Barbara asked, is it okay to go cooler on the pants? Yes, because the pants aren't up near your face. So you could go a whiter white on the bottom, and then you could add a really pretty color up near your face. So what I'm talking about is, wearing whites up near your face. And I love to wear whites. I wear a lot of whites, or off whites, I should say. And so it's really important that you just know how to buy your whites. And Marcia, you said might a way to be safe to use one of your other colors, but in a light version. Of course, absolutely. So pastels are a great, summer is a great time of year to wear pastels instead of whites. So, again, when I do color palettes, I always provide pastels on the palette. It may be something that, for me, for instance, very rarely do I wear pastels. I like brights and I like whites, or my ivories. So, you have to use your color palette to really serve your personal style, your personal personality, and what works in your closet. And of course, with you, Marcia, being on the go all the time. Marcia owns a travel agency for women called You Go Girls Travel. So you should certainly get to know Marcia, look her up on Facebook, and see all the wonderful places that she travels. I would love to be able to someday take a trip with you, Marcia, but that hasn't happened yet because I always feel like I need to take my husband along with, or he feels the opposite. So, yes, pastels, you certainly can use a pale version of one of your very favorite colors. So, for instance, if coral is a favorite color of mine, one thing I could do is wear a very washed out or very whitened version of coral, which might be, just a blush, if you will. So for those of you that have not had a color palette done and you would like to, learn more about your colors and really kind of get clear on what works for you and what doesn't, well, I am here and I can do color both in person as well as virtually. I don't do them on Zoom because that does not work because our screens are all different in terms of how we see the color, but I can do it with great photographs. And of course, there's nothing better than having it done in person, but there are a lot of people that just don't have access to a color analyst in their area. So I am here certainly to help you if that would give you, some good direction. So any other questions before we conclude today? I don't think I see any. Let me look again. Just make sure I didn't miss. I think we've got everything here. Diane said it helped. I like the white tank under the blue and white blouse. It felt very summery. You know, that is the beauty of wearing white under things because it does just kind of freshen up the look and cool off the look or cool down the look for summertime. So, you know, I encourage you to wear white. I encourage you to just be very careful about finding a white that you're going to wear up near your face that works with the coolness or the warmth of your personal coloring and your teeth and your eyes as well. So that is it for today, my friends. I will look forward to seeing you back here next week, and we'll have another topic. Marcia had another topic that she suggested, and that was, should you wear a scarf and a necklace at the same time? And I think that's an interesting question. So I have some answers for that, and you'll definitely be hearing from me on that, Marcia. So thank you for all of your suggestions, and to the rest of you, by all means, please let me know your suggestions. I'm here for you, and just keep me abreast of what you'd like to know about. So that's it for this week. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you back here next Friday for another edition of Fashion Flair Friday. Bye now.